present an illusion of understanding and knowing. I'm not sure they're so good about providing a path forward. It's a story about, it's a system of interpretations that don't have a large impact on your life. I coach my couples, for instance, to go to 16personalities.com, take the quiz there, it's free. Do not overthink the questions, it's no waste of time. And you'll find out how you tend to interact with the world. There are people who are extroverts and people who get energy from social direction. Some people are introverts, like myself. I am self-contained. I live inside my house most of the time because I'm busy generating myself, and I'm like this program, for instance. I have a very vivid world, but not with people in the same place. So I'm an introvert. I'm very aware of my stimulation levels, and my spouse is an extrovert. And I'm perfectly happy when she goes out, hang out with her friends. She's on the board. She teaches a foreign language. I say, great, I have the house to myself with the dog. But introverts, get to be responsible. Like, why? If I'd known I was an introvert when I was 20, my life might have turned out very differently. People have said, what did you wish you know then that you know now? I would know that I don't need people to be happy. I love people, I take care of people, I serve people. I personally don't need to have a whole mess of friends to waste my time. To be slightly exaggerated. But then there's people who are sensors, letter S, and people who are letter N for intuitive. 3 out of 4 people just want to know how to do it. They really don't really prize explanations. Tell me how to do it, and I will do it, and I will have accomplished my life. But then there are people who are intuitives, like me. I love the big answers. Like, I want to take my recipes and turn them into school curriculum. Easily done. To take a recipe from my book and bring it to teenagers. Like yes ands, for instance. So I look for the big answers that will provide an altered future for all of humanity. And I think of that. But my spouse, she's an extrovert. She's a sensor. She says, yeah, I got it. Can we go to lunch now? Not that she doesn't like my explanations, but it's not her. She wants to know the steps necessary to achieve an end. That's why I have a cookbook for marriage, a manual for relationships. And there's a percentage of strength for each of these letters. But then there are people who are thinkers and people who are feelers. People tend to register the world through their emotions first, how they feel about it. But I, being a thinker, can testify that I look for what's going on here. Is there something else I could have done? Is there another way of having a society? So I tend to think, and the big mistake that some thinkers make, think about Sheldon in Big Bang Theory, if you watch that show. He sees life as analyze, figure out, use logic, arrive at plans, fulfill plans, go on to the next plan. In his life, this is Sheldon, Big Bang Theory, or Professor Higgins in My Fair Lady, they don't prioritize their emotions. It's not part of the solution. Is not how I feel. The solution is what I figured out. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And they often are attracted to feelers who seem to have a more vivid experience of life, and that's interesting to the thinker because they haven't got it. But then they marry them and then suppress their feelings, which is not a good idea. But a thinker might be prone to arguing the feeler out of their feelings. Why do you feel that way? It's a yes or no question. It's not a big deal. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's not a big deal. And the feeler walks away going, well, you don't care about me or my feelings. And then the relationship starts to spiral downwards and downwards and downwards. The last letter pair is judgers and perceivers. It's a lot of fun with them. Judges are planful. They have a significant need to avoid uncertainty by knowing as much as possible ahead of time, so they can produce the results or the experience they anticipate. Not knowing is a very unhappy time for judgers. And then there's people like me, a letter P, perceiver. I'm going to go with the flow, out of sight, out of mind. Let's change our mind just because we're changing our minds, which can make a judger feel crazy. You know, judges, they shop with a shopping list. They wouldn't go shopping without a shopping list. And they go, got it, get it, gone. They don't linger. They're in to fill the shopping list. But I go to Costco for the fun of the exploration and the new possibilities. And it has happened that Rita, my spouse, and I go to shopping in Costco, 2 different shopping carts. She gets what we need, and I get what I find.
Interesting.
Once you know that we have these different personalities, you can adapt to each other.
Yeah.
One more last example. We find out we had a big humor. When she says now, and I say now, it's not the same word. I have a dog on the leash, coat's on my back. You said you wanted to leave. Let's go, says she. And I'm going, you know. So now we figured it out. She said, in 10 minutes, we are leaving. Get ready. And I go, great. And then we get out to the time we said we're going to get out. So she's happy, I'm happy, we're happy.